Hi, I'm Susie Morris. So why might we need an intermediate or a retouching varnish on a painting? Well, oil paintings can generally take between 6 months and a year to dry fully. And my paintings often leave my studio and go into a gallery space or a new setting before they have that length of time. So retouching varnishes are in essence an intermediate varnish solely for use on oil paintings with this purpose in mind. And they can be used on an oil painting after the surface has dried, at the earliest around 4 weeks. Another factor in this is that due to the varying drying times of some pigments, the surface of an oil painting can look uneven as it goes through the drying process, each pigment at a different rate, and some areas, particularly dark areas, can appear to sink, making them look dull or flat. In these instances, the retouching varnish brings out the richness of your colours and the brilliance that they had when you first applied them. Schmincke's temporary retouching varnish is a colourless, neutral, semi-glossy protection for unfinished oil paintings. The finish is a non-yellowing, age-resistant film which dries fairly fast. Retouching varnish can be applied to a painting which is hand dry to touch, and a minimum of 4 weeks drying is ideal. The thin layer of retouching varnish allows the paint to continue to dry and avoids cracking at a later date. Now ideally you want a clean, dry room and an area where you can put your painting down to start the varnishing process. Varnish your painting in one sitting. If not, the painting will have a line where the wet varnish meets the dry varnish. I like to use these soft pony hair mottlers by Da Vinci to make even parallel strokes, using equal amounts of varnish on all parts of the painting. The varnish should be dry in a day or two. Retouching varnish is also excellent at reviving dull spots when you come back to a dry painting and want to continue working on the same painting. If your paint surface has a slightly three-dimensional quality to it, as this one does here, it can be much easier to use a spray to achieve an even coverage. Retouch varnish is effective as a spray because there's less of a chance of smearing any semi-dry paint. If a colour is not completely dry, the turpentine in the retouching varnish can loosen the paint if it's applied with a brush. Brushing makes a thicker coat, but may take more time to dry. Retouching varnish doesn't have the quality that a final varnish has, but it's an ideal form of temporary protection, and a final varnish can always be applied at a later stage. And for more information on any of the Schmincke products, please visit the Schmincke website. As an artist, you'll find a lot of extensive and really helpful information, ranging from technical and safety data sheets to information on how to use all of their products.